All right, this one's going to be on fcf-miru. It is a script I created to execute W3M functions and custom scripts and stuff like that. This one is inspired by Mr. Napoleon Wilson. I stole this idea from him. Well, actually, I wanted to use his script, but his only did like built-in functions, and I wanted to do like custom stuff, and I just couldn't do it with his script, so I had to rewrite it in my own way. So I'll show it off here. But the idea inspired by him. I'll link you to his channel in the description. But anyways, how does this one work? So let's say, for example, if I wanted to run W3M stuff without using hotkeys and just using the menu, by default, I set mine up to use XX. So XX, and this is the menu here. Right, this is what it looked like within tmux. I'll show you without it, tmux too. Right, but in tmux, this is how it looks like with the pop-up menu. And let's say, for example, I want to use to search DuckDuckGo, right? And this is using pure macros. It's not using surf or anything like that, just pure macros that you can do, which I showed you in the past. But now you don't actually have to remember any hotkeys. Just use the menu, and then you type in whatever you want to search for. So we'll search for my name. God bless you here, right? And it'll take you to our results. Same thing if I do it for Google. I'll search for my name. All right, it gives our results. What's the other one? Yahoo, right? Same thing. And there's Yahoo, right? If you want to close it off, real simple. You can do close. So say, for example, we'll close this DuckDuckGo here. Close tab. Now there's different ways to close. So the built-in way is closing tabs here. So the difference here, like they have like different symbols. So the $ means is built in. So this is a built-in function, right? Anything has a $ means it is built in. Our custom one has the little and sign. So you see, this is my custom one here that I talked about in the past. And if it has a little star, that means it's my favorite. So none of these are my favorites right now, but you know, you can add the star next to it later on. So this is the default close tab, right? And that way you can't really restore it. It can only close. And so that's why I don't really use that one. But let me show you the other ones here. So if I want to close off this Yahoo one here, we'll close it, but we'll stash the URL, right? So we can actually restore it later on. So we do close tab stash, right? And we'll do it again, close tab stash. So we close those two, right? The Yahoo and the Google. Now if I want to restore it, I can do restore tab, and this will restore the last one, which was Google. Now we do a restore again, it'll open the Yahoo one, right? So you can keep doing that, but you got to close it with the stash function, and then it'll do his restore. Otherwise, if you use the built-in one, you won't be able to restore. So we talked about that in the past videos, but now it's incorporated into this single menu here. Other stuff, let me see what else we got. You can actually do built-in bookmarks. I mean, they do have their bookmark page. What was that within W3M they can use, but this way you can't really search it really well. So in here in the menu, you can actually add your own like bookmarks in here, and you can search from it. So let's say, for example, I search Hacker News, and open Hacker News. If I want to do CNN, open CNN, right? So it's much simpler using FCF to do your bookmarks. Anyways, if I wanted to read some of this, let's say, for example, I go in here, I open this, and there's some fluff up here. If I want to clean this up using a reader view or something like that, because by default, look at this, I have to go down one page before I even see the the topic that they're talking about, right? So if I use reader view, and there's a bunch of programs, or I think it's the same program that Firefox uses, but there's a bunch of ports in different languages and programming or scripting languages. So RDR views the C or C++ one. There's readability, and that's a Python 3. And there's a readable Node.js, and I believe there's one for Golang and Rust too. So I have to probably add that later on if I try it out. But whatever you want to use, make sure you have it installed. So we're gonna do this one for RDR view here, and basically it's gonna clean up all the crap content on that page, and it'll strip it out, and we just have what's left over, which is just the portion that we want to read, right? So look at this. This is the whole article, right? 27 lines as opposed to, what's the other one? 242 lines, right? And oh yeah, if you want to switch tabs in here, of course you can use hotkeys, of course, right? But if I wanted to use what was that one of my favorites, tab menu, this one will show up a pop-up menu, and you can select between the tabs. So here, this is our pop-up menu, and you use arrow keys up and down, or you can use JK to go up and down, right? So if I want to jump to what was it, our start page, look at that, tab menu. If I want to jump into CNN, I can do that, right? So these are how you would switch the tabs without remembering the hotkeys. Although the hotkeys are not that bad. You can do it real quick in here too. But that's how you switch between tabs. Now that's switching between tabs. This is the one switching between buffers, aka forwards and backwards into your current tabs history. So this one are switching buffers. What do they call it? Buffer something. Let me see what they got. Okay, this one is called select menu. This one is pop-up buffer stack menu. Okay, so this is your buffer menu here, and basically this is to go forwards and backwards between your history. So we started out in Hacker News, right? Hacker News here, and then we went to that page, and then we executed RDR view, and it cleans up all the junk out of it. So you can actually go forwards and backwards between history. You can jump between them. So this is our end results, and our beginning was Hacker News, right? So anyways, that's how you would jump between the different what was that, tab history or buffer history of that tab. Anyways, hopefully I explained that portion correctly. What else are we talking about? Okay, so for search engines, we have the Google and the DuckDuckGo and all that, but there's other stuff in here too. So if I do Wikipedia, do we have Wikipedia? I think we do, right? Let's do search for tmux or something like that, and then we have tmux in Wikipedia, right? So you can read Wikipedia. We have Gemini. If you want to use Gemini, we have Gopher too, right? So this one is Veronica 2. We do have the Pirate Bay, old school AXXO. We'll search for that, and then we have AXXO. What else we got in here? So you can do like this for macros, like I explained in the past. So if you watch my video on I think was it Smart Search or something about search, I forgot what it's called, but in here is built in, so you can search for some of these stuff in here. Anything else that we can explain? So that's one's for the search engines. And what else we got? Got too many stuff in here. Oh yeah, you can yank URLs too. So let's say, for example, I want to yank this link here. So this one is the link of what our cursor is on. So if I want to yank that, I do yank link, and basically it'll be in our clipboard. So this one should be compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux. So in Mac they use like PB copy. Linux, I believe it uses xclip or something like that, and in Windows, I believe it's just called clip or something. I forgot. And it works with tmux too. So if you have any of those, then you know, it will actually copy the URL, right? So there we go. That's how it will copy the URL. Now, if you want to copy the main URL, you can do yank URL, not yank link, right? So there you go. That's how you yank stuff, either the current link or the page link. What else are we gonna do? What else we got in here? So those are the bookmarks. Do I have anything else? I don't remember top of my head. Oh yeah, text to speech. Oh no, not text to speech. Is that text to speech? Yeah, text to speech. Okay, let's go back to CNN here. And let's say, for example, this page here, and we'll clean up even more. How about that? We'll clean up even more. And if I want to run text to speech in here, TTS. So there's different ones. There's eSpeak, there's Festival, and there's Xbox Pico. Personally, I would try to use Xbox Pico, but that's not installed by default. So usually what you want to use is eSpeak. And in here, you can see that if I want to run this program in this whole page, it will actually read this whole page right here. Make sure you hit Control-C to continue. Let me show you the whole thing here. What was the one? ATS. So you have to hit Control-C to continue browsing. It was kind of weird trying to set this up because it couldn't like fork into the background. So you have to hit Control-C. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. But that's what it does here when I run this program here. But anyways, this is how you do it. TTS, eSpeak, this whole page here.
Updated. Fry, 18 Feb 2022, 7:54 GMT. Source, CNN Business. An abandoned cargo ship packed with cars is adrift in the Atlantic Ocean after a rapidly spreading fire on board forced the crew to escape. The 656-foot-long Felicity Ace roll-on/roll-off.
So you have to hit Control-C, and then you actually can continue. Control-C here, and then you can continue, like, you know, moving your hotkeys and stuff like that. All right.
At the time of the fire's outbreak, the ship was sailing 90 nautical miles southwest of Portugal's Azores, according.
So that's how you would kill the TTS. So all you do is do TTS kill here. There is a way to pause it. There's a script floating out there, but it's a Z shell script, and I haven't like incorporated to you know, use it with all these other programs yet. So I'll figure that out maybe in the next update. But there is a way to pause it and then resume the speech, you know. But anyways, that's for another time. Anyways, that's how you use text to speech if you want to make it read it to you, you know. Anything else in here? Where is the stuff you know, there's certain stuff you can't do everything within this menu. There's certain stuff that you just you know, can't do, like jumping to links and stuff like that. Let me give you an example. So you see how like you know, it has like 32 or 31, 32, whatever it is. You know, you just can't jump to the link using the FCF menu. So you can do link line or something. I forgot what's it called. Oh yeah, link numbers in here. So this one is usually what you would use to jump to a link. You just can't do it within the menu, so you still have to, like, you know, use your hotkeys to jump to it. So let's say if I do 32, I think it's called F, right? There you go, 32. And I'll jump to that line. And another thing is with this one, since we're using macros, you can actually toggle stuff on and off. So if I want to toggle line number, right, it'll get rid of the line number. If I want to bring that back, line number, it'll bring the line number back. If I want to do link number, then it'll give me the link number back, right? Stuff like that, you can toggle on and off, and I'll do this in like in real time. So you don't have to like close out W3M and then turn it back on and that. That's just too slow. Same thing if I wanted to edit stuff in here. So I do edit, let's say I edit my hotkeys or something like that, or my configs, right? I can do it within here. And when I close it, it should like reload, and then or I can, yeah, or like resource it while you're running W3M instead of like closing it off. So you can do edit, you know, key map. And what was the key map for? I just call it XX here. So this is how you set it up. You know, this is just one hotkey, real simple. Right, just call XX in here, and it's gonna execute our first script here, and it will execute our second script. All right, so the first script is the miru, which will show us the menus, and then after that, when we select our option, it will execute this second script, and then that way it'll run, you know, whatever commands that we want. Right. So that being said, how do you set this up? After you have your hotkeys, these are our functions that are our custom ones. Our built-in ones are already in there, but these are like our custom ones that we can do. All right. So I'll explain all these ones here. So for example, this is our main program. Do I have it open already? Where was that one at? Yeah, I have it open. 1 second. So I have this one here. This one is like our database of what we want to have on our menu. So when we run our menu, let me show something cleaner here. This is our menu, right? This is what it looks like. And basically this is from that database here. This is what it looks like in here. And the first portion of this, so anything before the hash symbol here, this is the built-in functions that W3M is gonna execute, right? And you know, they have this little I guess placeholder, and there's a little description, and so that's the built-in functions. And down below, these are like our own custom stuff. So these are functions that's built into W3M, but these ones are, you know, stuff that that you can add in here if you like. So this one will open up our README page for cookies, you know, like straight up files. And if I run a script, these are my CGI scripts, right? So for example, this one is click next, click previous. Right, so if I, for example, what is that here? They have a, where's our Google? So in Google here, you see how it has a next and stuff like that, right? At the bottom, I can do my custom script called next page or something like that. Or the one next page. So if I do this, it'll actually go to next page. And you can see at the bottom here, let me do N. Right, now it has like this little arrow now. It doesn't have the next page. It has the arrow back or forward. So let's say, for example, I do next page or next arrow this time. Right, next arrow. And it should go to the next arrow. If you ever use Vimium, they have like a little hotkey to do that automatically. And I always liked that. But in here, they don't have it. So I had to do like a little macro. So now we're on page 3, right? Now if I want to go back to page 2, I can do previous arrow. And it should back, you know, go to page 2. Now that one depends on, you know, what it is. So if it's an arrow or it says next or previous, so there's two different things. But that's how that works if you have your own functions, right? So this is next, previous, and next and previous for arrows. So how does that look like in our script here? I'll just show you like little click next here. So this is our script that it does. And it's pretty simple. It's just using W3M control, which I talked about in the past, where you can actually control what it does. So basically it does it back to clear out. I think you have to do that in the beginning. I forgot. I wrote this a while back, so I don't remember all of it. But the first one is just to clear out any in-betweener buffers. So close it, and then it'll go to the end, right? And it'll search next. It'll search backwards next, and it'll click on that link. So it's really simple stuff in here that you can do. So instead of using next, this one is using the arrow this time. So this time it's going to search for the arrow, for clicking, stuff like that. What else are we going to do? So that's some basic stuff in there for our script. But in our database, that's what you have to type in. You have to type in the full name of that script, so CGI whatever it is, and then you give it all this in the backside. It really doesn't matter what you call it, because it's not like a built-in function or anything like that. It's just a little description of what it is. When you have your menu, right, your menu will tell it like, oh, this is the function on this side, this is a little description on this other side, and that's all that does in there. But it really doesn't matter. The important part is the anything before the first hash symbol, right? So these ones are search engines that I talked about, right? You can add your own. Really not that hard. Let me show you the search engine. What was that one? Okay, so these are search engines, right? This one's Google. Look at that, real simple. We go to Google, open a new tab to Google, go to line 6, hit, what was that, hit tab or something? No, next clip. Go to line 6, hit tab, and then hit enter. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, hit tab and hit enter, and then it'll prompt you to type in your search keywords. And after you do a search keyword, it's going to hit tab and then hit enter to do the search automatically. So that's how that works. What was this one here? Oh yeah, this one is if you have a clipboard, any URLs in your clipboard, it will paste it. Same thing with this one. This one's for Excel. Anything in your clipboard that's a URL, it will actually just paste it into I believe a new tab. Oh no, there's a current tab, right? If I want to open something in the GUI, so let's say for example I want to open this in the GUI, this URL in the GUI, I'll open it in the GUI. All right. Reader view, which we already talked about, restoring tab, even save session. So save session is I talked about this in the past, right? If I wanted to quit and save all these tabs and stuff like that, I can do that by doing close. Did we do it right? What are we doing? Did I mess that up? Let's do it again here. If I want to close this, save session. Oh, some of them cannot be saved because this one is not really a real page, so we'll close out this one here. Okay, there we go. I think that's cleaner now. So if I want to quit out of this here, save session, and there you go. Now it asks us to exit out of W3M. We hit yes, and now we exit out. But if we want to load it back up, we do W3M last session. You have to set this up though, because there's a little bit more involved than just having in this menu. But I talked about this in the past, so you can watch my video on that. But after you have set it up, that's how you can do restoring tabs or restoring sessions, I'm saying, when you close off W3M, right? Anything else we're talking about? This one is we can toggle colors, we can toggle images, we can toggle lines. So if we have, what was that one, Google? If I want to toggle images, right, we should have the Google logo, right? So we can toggle images on and off. So we'll close out that. eSpeak, which we talked about. I think that's about it. That's all really all you gotta talk about. I mean, you can't really do too much complicated scripts in here because it's the way we launched it. But from this menu here, you can do a lot of stuff that you don't really want to remember. The built-in functions. I mean, there's a lot of hotkeys. Just remember those stupid stuff. And then like I wanted to run my own custom stuff, like running macros and stuff like that. And so this one incorporates both of those, right? And in here you can do like other stuff. Like I said, if you want to do your own bookmarks, it's really simple. This one you don't require any scripts. You just type it in here in this database. So if I wanted to go to, Hacker News, I just type in that URL and then give it, whatever www function name you want to, and then a little description of it. All right. You can go to the W3M subreddit if you like. So we do the subreddit. So they have like a command line subreddit, the Linux subreddit, the W3M subreddit. All right. Look at that. We can go on all of that. And we have, this, like W3M can do a lot of stuff. So you can actually use it as a file browser too. So for example, if I open up my downloads directory, right, look at this. This is my download directories in my home folder, right? So this is my downloads directory. If I want to open, what was the other one? My media directory. See, open my media directory and I can browse that too, right? This is my downloads directory, and look at this. I have a PNG here. I can use my URL portal to open it. Stuff like that you can do. Anyways, I think I explained most of it. And this one, it's very complicated, but I believe I did it correctly. So there's a way to detect that you're not using tmux. There's a way to detect that you're using tmux 3.2 or higher, and that way it will do the pop-up. If you have like a lower version of tmux, it should give you like the full screen FCF instead of this pop-up, right? Anyways, I'm not too sure on that because I wrote this a while back. When did I write this? 2021 in the summer. Oh wait, right? August. Yeah, August, September. Okay, August. So it was a while back. I don't remember all of it, but that's how you do it. Now you set this up real simple. You follow this direction. Number 1, chmod, the 2 scripts here, and this one's to allow you to run the executables of that path. So you need to do that, and then you need to add this, this hotkey into your key map file, right? Pretty much it. And then you have all these other other functions in here, and you can write your own if you like, but I give you some examples in here already, right? And that's all you gotta do. Real simple. And I've been enjoying using this for the last, what was that, like 8 months or 6 months or something like that. This is what I've been using instead of using the actual hotkeys most of the time, because I don't remember all of them. I have a bunch of custom stuff, but I don't remember everything, and it's much quicker to just type out, what am I searching for here, or what am I doing here, right? Anywho, if you like this and you're a W3M user, this one might be good for people that have like bad memory. Like if you have a memory of a goldfish, then this will be great. He's busts this out, and then obviously you have to remember the functions that you want to use, and then you search for it. But you don't have to remember hotkeys, because I had a lot of hotkeys. I had like a bunch of hotkeys for my own custom stuff, and on top of that, you have to remember some of your favorites for W3M to navigate. But with this one, you can be horrible, but you can still remember what it was, and then you can search out in this menu and then do your thing. All right. Anywho, if you want me to, if you have an idea to improve it, let me know. But that was the way I came up with, inspired by Mr. Napoleon Wilson. The way he did it was a little bit different, but I got annoyed because I couldn't do my own custom stuff, and I had a lot of custom stuff, like you can see in here. Look at this, a lot of stuff, right, that I couldn't do just using his original script. So I had to rewrite it my own way. And that's it. In here, this is just, you know, running FCF. And oh yeah, I did promise that I will show you how it looks like without tmux. So people that are not using tmux, let me show you how it is here. So if I detach it, I do not have tmux on now. If I do W3M and if I run the FCF script, this is what it looks like, right? Full screen. And you can still use it. So for example, I do DuckDuckGo. I search for my name. Look at that. We still use it. No tmux involved. No trickery. All right. If I do, what was that? We do NPR for our bookmarks. Look at that. All right. No tmux involved. It's just FCF, but it doesn't have the pretty pop-up menu that I like. But you know, that's like the tmux thing. But this one you can still use, you know, whatever it is in here, and that's how it looks like if you're not running tmux. Anyways, that is it for non-tmux. We'll attach our tmux back in here. So there you go. That's how it looks like when you're running it without tmux or with tmux with a pop-up. And so it'll run this first script, right, fcf-mural, and then it'll execute this thing in here. And in here, it'll, you know, if you have a CGI, it'll run it a little bit different. If you have like HTTP or a URL or something like that, it'll run it a little bit different. And if you have like a folder or something like that, or a path, then it'll run it a little bit different. Otherwise, it'll execute the wildcard here. And that's how I set it up. Anyways, you do need to go to my GitHub and then, you know, download all these, you know, fn for our custom functions, and fnx is our main functions. Oh yeah, this fnx generate, which I haven't talked about, is not really necessary, but I'll explain what that does too. So for example, fnx generate, what is that? Basically, it takes the original, what is that, functions that they have in W3M, and just, you know, outputs it into our you know, our description of what it looks like in our database. So for example, where's that one here? So this one is the results of that generated script here. If you ever want to like redo it or whatever it is, or maybe like in the future they updated it, you can actually just run that command and then just dump it in here, and you have a updated list of all the functions that they have. Anyways, that's what I did because I didn't want to copy and paste each one of them. And that page is in what was that one? It's in your README, right? So this is all your functions, and this one is a file when you install W3M. It should be in your you know, USR share docs W3M README func here. So basically, it takes this page and it will generate all that you know, stuff for our script here. Anyways, hopefully I explained those three scripts, FNX scripts. But that's how it looks like. And all you gotta do, like I said, is bind it to one hotkey, right? Which is, what's our one hotkey? Key map here. Bind it to one hotkey. This is the one hotkey here. This is it, right? XX. So when you run XX, you'll have this pop-up menu if you're using tmux. Otherwise, you have that full screen without the proper tmux. That'll be it for this one. I think I explained everything. If not, let me know in the description or in the comment section. That'll be it for this one.